One of the challenges with executive functioning is, and I tell this to parents, is a lot of times the challenge is not just absorbing the information and instructions, it's when it has to be done sequentially. Because my brain sometimes reorders things. It's almost like a form of dyslexia. So if you ask me to do things that have to be done sequentially in steps, sometimes that's a big challenge for me. And so you have that a lot in churches where, okay, you have to do this and then that. And so I have to get people to help me to sort of unpack that and organize it in ways. But also part of the accommodations that I have is there are just certain things that normally get to the desk of the pastor that don't even come across my desk because people just know that's not something that should be on his plate. Church, especially in the West, is highly social. So I won't say that I didn't have friends, but I was not good at initiating relationships and also not good at maintaining them. I still have this struggle now because I don't understand body language and social cues. There's a stat that says 90% of all communication is nonverbal. I don't know if it's quite 90%, but you can imagine if that's true, if a high percentage of how we communicate with each other is not actually done with words, and I don't understand that, I have nothing in my brain to translate that, it becomes very difficult, especially when you grow up in the church and your father's a minister and a pastor, and you're there every time the doors of the church open, and it's very demonstrative, very emotive. And my facial expressions and body language don't often mirror the environment. So I always look like the one who doesn't want to be there. I always look like the one who's angry or mad. And that gives you a label. It's difficult as a child, but it got worse as I got older, because the older you get, the less grace people have for you because they expect you to quote unquote know better. Most of the time I would be having fun. I don't know that my face is saying that to you. And so rather than ask me if I'm having a good time, people would just assume that I didn't want to be there, that I was being rude. And so the older I got, the more challenging church became for me.